So good morning everyone, or good afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable place to sit. And as you sit comfortably, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes for a moment. And we're going to take a few deep exhales. With each deep exhale, letting go of anything and everything that came before, allowing the past to stay in the past. So whatever happened before, that's gone. So allowing that. Whatever needs to happen afterwards is not here yet. So as well, I invite you to let go of the future. Whatever needs to happen will still be there after this session for you. So I invite you to let go of the past, to let go of the future, to let go of any stress or worry that you might be experiencing at this moment. And to find a more natural rhythm for your breath, if you can, through your mouth, in and out. And I invite you to give yourself the permission to be present here, now, in this moment, in your body. And to go in and to notice how does your inner landscape look like at this moment. Try not to label it, try not to judge it. Just noticing the experience, noticing the feelings and sensations inside of your body. Noticing as well the quality of the breath. If you can, breathe in through your mouth or through both nose and mouth, inhaling and exhaling. And noticing if you're breathing quite shallow and into your chest, or if you're able to breathe down as deep as possible. Just take a moment to notice. And as we turn our attention to the feelings in the body and to the flow of breath, we are turning the attention into the body, and we are turning the mind as well into the body. And if there's any thoughts, that's perfectly okay. Just now or at any time during the session, if any thoughts are coming up, allow them. Don't resist them, but also don't go to them. When you find yourself thinking, just come back to whatever we are paying attention to. The thoughts will appear, they will come and go, just like the clouds in the sky. So allowing that. And we're going to turn our attention and bring our awareness to our throat, neck, and shoulders area. Just noticing the experience in that area. We're going to introduce a movement to our shoulders. So start making some circles with your shoulders, making sure that the circles are big, not worrying about your hands. They can be touching your legs or they can be hanging in the air, whatever is comfortable for you. Making sure that we're moving and making big movements with the shoulders. Switching direction. Switching direction one more time, this time as if you're pedaling. Making sure that we're breathing in and out comfortably, if possible, into our bellies. And switching direction. And bringing the movement to an end. Trying to stay still, taking a moment to notice. Noticing what's happening around your throat, neck, and shoulders area. Noticing what's happening as we stay still, trying not to move our heads for a moment. What is coming up, especially on the back of the neck? What are the feelings and sensations there? We're going to bring the chin towards the chest. And then the chin all the way up, as far up as it's comfortable for you. Making sure that your mouth is open, your jaw is relaxed. Bring the chin down to the chest. Up. Down to the chest. And now we're going to do some circles with our heads. And doing the circles slowly. And as we move in the circle, if you find any part that feels a little bit tight, just move back and forth to that part and then continue with the circle. We're trying to relax any tightness and to open the flow of energy around this area. And finding a good place to switch direction of the movement. The same to this side. If you find any part that feels tight, just move back and forth through the tightness and then continue with the circle. And the next time that your chin is all the way down, finish the movement there. And whenever it is that you finish the movement, come back to center and just take a moment here to notice. Notice what is happening around your throat, neck, and shoulders area. Noticing your breath as it's flowing from your mouth, through your throat, down into your belly. And notice if you need some extra movement in this area. We're just going to take a moment. If you do feel like you need some extra movement, feel free to move the shoulders and the head. If you don't need to, stay still. But if you feel like you need to, which it might be for you, bring some extra movement there. And in a moment, feel free to keep on making some movement until we move to the next exercise. We're going to do the breathing exercise that we've been doing for the last sessions. So if it's your first session, the breathing is basically we breathe in and we hold the breath in the belly, and then holding the breath as long as possible, we're going to move the breath to the chest and down, up and down, up and down. And that can be done slowly or it can be done fast. So in your own time, we're going to do this for a few moments. So whenever you're ready, inhale deeply and start moving the breath up and down. And when you need to exhale, exhale and then inhale again and do it again. So we're going to do this for a few moments. The aim here is that we are able to unblock some of these pathways that might be blocked if we are not using them all of the time. And especially once we're starting to get a little bit longer with the holding, we might notice some more feeling, some more holding. So just notice your experience. Feel free to do it as fast or as slow as you need to. And use your imagination if you don't feel too much physically the movement of the air up and down. If you do it fast, you're using a lot perhaps in your abdominal area, and that will also bring some more energy into the body. So if you feel like you need some more energy, do it a little bit faster. And after the next exhale, finish the exercise of the breathing there. Once you exhale, start allowing your breath to find a more natural rhythm. And noticing what is happening. So the noticing, the experience, we do it all throughout the session, but especially once we are finishing with the movement or the postures, we want to pay attention to what is happening. And we're going to use this for the next movement. And for the next movement, we're going to bring our feet together in front of us. The knees are wide apart. It doesn't matter if they are up here or if they are down. This will depend on your flexibility. But grabbing your knees with your hands, and we're going to move them up and down, just like the buttering of a butterfly. Move them up and down. And play with the pressure that you put into it, and play with the speed. So you might want to go slowly, or you might want to go really slow, really fast. This really helps with the hip flexors. This is the exercise that I do every single day. That has helped me a lot to be able to sit cross-legged for a long time. So again, it doesn't matter if you're up here and this is your range of motion. And of course, depending on how close to your body or how far apart from your body your feet are, the more challenging it might be or the easier it might be. And slowly bring this movement to an end. Take a moment just to notice. And we're going to take this to standing. So in your own tempo, find your way up to a standing position. And as we stand, we want to make sure that we're standing tall, but as well, our knees are relaxed. So find yourself standing on both feet. So even now, before we start any movement from your feet, you can allow your energy to go down to the earth, really rooting down there, anchoring your energy down from the soles of your feet down to the earth. So this can be done now and throughout the session and all day long. When we have that awareness of bringing our energy and connecting to the earth, we're going to be more anchored down, more grounded. I'm going to invite you to bring your arms all the way forward and up, reaching up with your fingertips. So making sure that from your feet, the energy is going down, and from your fingertips, you're reaching up, making sure that your belly is relaxed. making sure that your thighs are relaxed. We're going to bend to the left. So it doesn't matter how far we go, it can be a little bit if your body allows you more. Where we reach our limit, we just reach out. So breathing in and out, and slowly coming up, reaching up and to the right. Again, it doesn't matter how far you go, wherever you stop, you just reach out. Making sure that you're breathing in and out, and slowly up. And we're going to open to the back, opening the chest, opening the armpits, looking a little bit up. If it's comfortable for your body, allow your head to completely drop to the back. If it's not comfortable, don't drop it completely. Making sure that your chest is open and feeling from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. Making sure that you're breathing in and out. Coming up to center. And with the torso and the arms as one, we're going to go forward until we are parallel to the ground, or as parallel to the ground as possible. So allowing our hands to reach forward, the top of the head to reach forward, and our bottom and our pelvis to reach back. Making sure that we're looking towards our thighs, so that we are not straining our neck. Interlacing the fingers and pulling even more in both directions, lengthening the spine. So making sure that we're breathing in and out, opening the hands, allow the hands to travel all the way to the back, so the top of the head keeps pointing forward. Now the fingers and the arms go with the bottom towards the back. And slowly release the arms and slowly rolling up. Taking a moment just to feel what is happening. Hopefully, this movement started to bring a little bit more energy into our experience. We're going to use this and open our legs just a little bit wider, not too much. The toes pointing out. We're going to bring the hands to the hips. We're going to bend the knees, trying to go down, trying to stay straight as we go down, not leaning forward, not leaning back. So this is not about challenging ourselves to see how far down we can go. It's about starting to activate the lower body energy and to be able to activate the legs and activate the flow of that energy up. And slowly coming up. Once we find ourselves up, we're going to twist to one side completely. And then we're going to come back to center and to the other side. Once we find ourselves back in the center, we're going to bend down one more time. So whenever we're bending down, especially taking care of our knees, especially if you have any issues with your knees, and knowing that it can be as high or as low as you want, but always we want to work as well with what is holding us. So sometimes we want to notice where there are blockages there. So we use our breath and our awareness there. Slowly coming up. Once you're all the way up, we're going to twist to both sides. So first to the right, and then to the left. And then coming back to center. And one last time, we're going to bend the knees, and go down, breathing in and out, activating the lower body energy. So feeling here. And slowly coming up. And we're going to twist to both sides. So twisting to the right and twisting to the left. And coming back to center. You can release the hands. Take a moment just to feel. Notice what is moving inside. Notice the feelings and sensations. So this exercise that we just did, it moves energy in specific places. See if you can feel that. The idea is not that I tell you what this is activating. The idea is that you experience it in your body. The most important aspect of this is our experience, not what someone else is telling us. We're going to interlace the fingers on our back, and we're going to go forward and down, bringing as well the hands forward. Making sure as we're down to take a few deep exhales. Move your head if necessary to make sure that you're not straining your neck. And imagine as if there's someone pulling from your hands forward. And then this person that is pulling your hands forward starts to pull your arms up and back. So the arms start taking you up. So it's not the torso, it's not the head. It's the arms that start bringing you up to standing, and then the hands are being pulled down completely. So that the chest is completely open, the hands are being pulled down. We're going to bend to the left, and the hands are going to go up towards the right. And then coming back to the center, we're going to bend to the right, and the hands go up to the left. Coming back to center. Allow the hands to keep on reaching down. The chest is open. And in a moment, we're going to release the hands and allow them to do whatever they do. Sometimes they go up by themselves, so release and allow them. And if you have them near your shoulders, keep them there. If not, bring your hands and arms to shoulder height. Open completely. Bend your knees a little bit if necessary. Yeah. We're going to bend the wrist to have the hands facing the walls. So we're going from the heels of the hands, reaching out. The fingertips are going up as straight as possible. And we're going to try to lock from the hips down. So perhaps if you need, bend a little bit more. And we're going to try and keep the head where it is. We're going to twist the arms and the torso. So we're just going to move the arms and the torso, keeping the head looking straight. Making sure that we are breathing in and out. And finishing in the center. And really slowly releasing. You can bring your legs as well to a comfortable position. Just take a moment to notice. Notice what is happening. We just did a few exercises back to back. So just notice what is happening in your body. If needed, close your eyes. Breathe in and out and noticing. We're going to bring the arms all the way up. We're going to bend the wrist to make sure that the palms of the hands are facing up. And the first thing here is making sure that our belly is relaxed, that we're breathing in and out. And for this exercise, we want to listen to our bodies, especially if we have any issues with our knees. What we're going to do is very gently or very strong if you want. We're going to either bounce up and down or we're going to jump up and down. So find whichever of the two that you are more comfortable with. If you have any issues with your knees, perhaps just bounce. So making sure that we're reaching up through the palms. And the idea here is that we're working a lot with the breath. So allowing the breath to move up and down. So really feel the experience and allow the breath to move up and down. So see if you can allow it instead of moving it. Yeah. We're going to do this for the next 10 minutes. I'm kidding. So this is all about breath.
If you are allowing your breath, you can do this. Just a few more seconds. And slowly finish. Slowly release the arms. Notice your breath. Notice your heart. The beating of your heart should be a little bit stronger. If you need to catch up with your breath, allow the time for that. Notice what is happening. Your heart is still beating. Notice that. Notice as you start allowing your breath to find a more natural rhythm, as well, the beating of your heart starts to come back to a more natural rhythm. What is happening in your experience right now? So we're going to bring the left hand to the hip, and the right arm is going to come up until it's on top of the head with the palm facing down. So making sure that looking up, that it's more or less on top of your head. And once it's there, taking a moment here just to feel. So feel if you can feel anything in between the palm of your hand and your head. You might not feel anything, that's perfectly okay. What we're going to start doing is we're going to start introducing a little bit of a circle with the right hand. So just a little bit of a circle on top of your head. Keep on feeling if you feel anything between your hand and your head. Again, it doesn't need to happen, but if you feel, you feel. Making the circle perhaps a little bit bigger. So here, play. Play with how big the movement is. Play with how slow or fast it is. All the time, everything that we're doing, there needs to be a sense of experimentation. Perhaps I don't feel anything, but perhaps if I do it a little bit slower, I feel it. Or perhaps I feel if I go a little bit faster, if I bring my hand a little bit closer or a little bit further apart. This is about feeling the experience. We're going to do one last circle, and slowly we're going to change. So we're going to bring the right hand to the right hip and the left hand up, and feel as you still have some feelings in your right hand, even though now it's in your hip. And feel how different now the left side feels, making sure that it's on top of your head. And start making some circles. So keep on feeling how the right hand and the right arm, it still has some feelings. So making circles. Making sure that we're breathing in and out and feeling what is happening in your hand and the space in between your hand and your head. Making sure that you're experimenting with how big the circle is, with how fast or slow it is. Just a little bit longer. And slowly bringing your hand to your hip, bring it down. Still feeling what is happening in your hand, especially perhaps there's some more feelings on your left hand down. And slowly release the hands. Keep on experiencing. And we're going to take this to sitting, sorry. So in your own time, slowly bring this experience to sitting. And when you find yourself sitting, sit comfortably, making sure that your back is long, your spine is long, but your back is not straining. Tuck in your chin a little bit. Your mouth is slightly open. And if you need to close your eyes, so keep your eyes slightly open and soft. For a moment, just go in and notice. Notice what is going on in your body. Allowing your breath to become softer, a little bit more gentle. Noticing as the breath moves from the mouth through the throat, the chest, into the belly, and then up and out. And this is not something that you need to do, you just need to notice it. And before we completely sit down to do nothing, as we've been working a lot with the breath and with opening that central channel, we're going to use our voice and see if something is different. Perhaps if we have been doing these sessions lately, when we do a little of chanting. So if you haven't done this yet, super easy. All that we're going to do is or any sound that comes out. And we're going to do this continuously for a little bit until you hear me doing this. So in your own tempo, whenever you run out of air on the chanting, just breathe in and continue. So I invite everyone to just breathe in and exhale that with a sigh. And then breathing in for chanting. Just going in and noticing your experience. Noticing the vibration that is still happening inside.
Just like we did at the very beginning, noticing how does your inner landscape look like at this moment, without labeling your experience, without judging your experience, just noticing the feelings and sensations. Being aware of your entire body, all of the experiences. And we're going to expand all of that. So expanding beyond your body, the skin is no limit. So expand your experience to your entire space, the room that you're in. And the walls are not limits, so keep on expanding throughout your neighborhood. If you don't know how to expand, imagine that it's just like inflating a balloon and it keeps getting bigger and bigger, expanding throughout your entire city. Keep on expanding throughout your entire country. Keep on expanding, encompassing all of the planet Earth, and expanding even beyond to the infinite universe. Keep on expanding. There's no limit. And then bringing all of that back in, all that you have been expanding, bring it all back in. Bring it all back into your heart. All of this expansiveness, all of this energy and light back into your heart space, into the space of love and kindness and compassion, the space that doesn't judge, that lives always in the present, showing us how to be. And staying connected with your experience, we're going to bring this session to an end with a closing gesture. So if you want to follow me, we open the hands until we interlock the fingers, touching the forehead in a gesture of sealing the practice so we can take it with us. And then we open and switch the lock, again touching the forehead, dedicating the merit of this practice. That can be done to a person, a group of people, a situation, or all sentient beings. Then we open the hands in a grand gesture of giving and receiving, and the balance between the two of them. And then we gather the hands together in front of the heart and we bow in a gesture of appreciation and respect. So thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, if you would like to stay with the experience, sitting for a little bit longer, I encourage you to do that. If you have to go somewhere, take this experience with you as long as you can. And if you have any questions or want to share anything about your experience, I will turn to the computer in a moment and I will see that. So thank you and have a beautiful day. And I will go and check the computer.